Hey, this is D. Orlando Fortune, bringing you another inspirational talk, and today we're talking about habits and how they affect our lives. But real briefly, I want to let you know that I do have a book coming out here in March, the first couple weeks of March. We'll have a first book coming out for you. So look forward to that. But let's get back into our topic about habits and how they can affect our life. Yes, we're creatures of a habit. Let me prove it. Okay, so which shoe do you put on first? Okay, what's the first thing that you actually do when you wake up in the morning? For me, that's pray. Okay, which side do you brush? How do you brush your teeth? What's the side you brush first? And I challenge you to try to do this little thing. If you start off brushing your teeth on your right side, you may not even know that you do this yourself because it becomes such a habit. You start off brushing your teeth on your right side. I want you to try this. Try to brush your teeth on the left side. Start off first and watch how how uncomfortable it is for you to start brushing your teeth on your left side first instead of your right side. You're going to be like, this is kind of weird. Just a little small thing. That's a habit. Okay? But those are two common ordinary habits, right? So let's do something a little deeper. Do you drink? It's a habit. Do you smoke cigarettes? It's a habit. What foods do you normally eat? It's another habit, right? Do you exercise? That's a habit, right? Here's another thing about this. Those are just small, again, more intermediary type, second level type habits, right? Those are things that we are a little more focused on. We know they're kind of more habits, but we may not pay attention to them as much unless we're in the middle of doing them. So here's the other thing. If you understand that habits are natural parts of our life, we also must understand that they are directly responsible for some of our beliefs. And I do mean that they're directly responsible for some of our beliefs. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, let's talk about income. Okay, so say you work in a job as an employee. You get paid once a week or once every other week, right? So what you do with that money? What are your spending habits? Do you make the money, deposit for the check, pay your bills, spend what's left over? And then at the end of the month, you're looking for a little more money to try to take care of whatever other things that you really want to do with your life? Or do you actually have some money left over? Are you saving anything? Or do you have creating more debt for yourself by using credit cards to do the things that you want to do because you didn't have the money to do them? Or you didn't save ahead of time to do those things? You see, are you those type that has more month at the end of the money or more money at the end of the month? That's a different way of living your life based on your spending habits, right? Now, how do you treat your kids? How are you parenting? Okay? Or is it when your child does something wrong or makes a mistake, are you immediately going to yelling them? Are you immediately going to punishing them? Are you immediately taking things away from them? Taking privileges away from them? Is that your habit as a parent? Or are you learning to talk to them or look at the situation differently? Or look at the situation and then knowing that each situation is a little bit different. Maybe there's some way of learning and a different way of teaching your child to do something differently. But do you automatically just fly off of the handle out of habit that you just start yelling because you've done it so often? Now, what about your interaction with other people? How we communicate with other people is another habit. Maybe because a lot of us tend to talk to people at work a certain way, talk to people in our family another type of way, and we talk to people we meet on the streets a whole different type of way. These are just all habits, right? However, even more deeper, how do we communicate with someone who offends us or says something that we do not like? Do we immediately just dismiss them, give them crazy looks? Are we open-minded? Because I know I challenge you with some of the things that I say to you in these inspirational talks. Now, how do you respond to these videos? If you're someone who's first time looking at these videos, yeah, I'm gonna say some things that are gonna get in your face, right? Like right now, how are you taking what I'm saying to you? I hope that I offend you sometimes, because sometimes that's the only way to get you out of where you are, to try to make you think about something differently. But I do want you to be open-minded and willing to do something different in your life, like change the habits that are going on in your life. Pay attention to what your habits are bringing to you. You see, the results you have in your life right now are a result of some habits that you've already created, some actions that you do repeatedly, and may not pay any attention to every day. Something simple as this: driving to work every single day. The habit of driving is something that you're not even conscious of. The habit of eating is something that you're not even conscious of. However, if we pay attention to how we're driving to work, we may see some other our direction or route that we're going to work. Start taking a different little route. It just gives us a new perspective on things. If we pay attention to that drive and get into the music as we're going to work, as opposed to dreading the fact that we're going to work, because when you're driving, again, it's a habit, so your mind is free to think about other things, and you start focusing on work and getting pissed off about going to work. Some of you out there, some of you are happy about it. I'm glad, happy for you. But a lot of you out there are not happy about going into work, and you're thinking about, I got to go into work again, and I got to see that over here. I don't even want to talk to her. I hope she don't even talk to me all day, right? Some people, you're out there eating again. Let's keep going back to this food thing. If you're eating, you're not even paying attention to what you're eating, you're just shoveling it in, you're not paying attention, it's going to create some bad things in your life. A bad diet will create some things in your life, right? So, listen up. Here's the thing. Our habits form a protection around us, and what they do is they help us live our lives. But there are some habits that are destructive if you're not paying attention, as I'm saying again, to the results you have from these habits. You're going to cause problems. You're not going to do anything about them, because, again, what you do with your problems in your life or your fears in your life is, yet again, what? A habit. So either you can form a habit of facing your problems and doing something about them, or continue running from them. And one thing I want to leave you with is that one of the most effective ways I've had of changing a habit is a system I've created. It's actually going to be put in a book that I discussed coming out in March. The whole system is going to be put in there. But just to simply give you a brief overview of what I'm talking about is this. You find out, you start tracking some things that you want to have in area you want to change in life. So say it again, going back to this food example, a lot of us overweight. A lot of our resolutions were to lose weight or gain weight or whatever it was, right? So the simple way to do that is, again, track what you've been eating. And it seems like a lot of work, but so what? You got to do some hard work sometimes, do some things you don't want to do to get some results that you haven't gotten before. How about that? So track some of the things that you've been eating. Track them every day. And then you got to decide what you really want to eat. Like, maybe it's a diet you want to eat, or maybe I want to start eating more vegetables. Maybe I want to start eating more meats or lean meats in my diet. So then now I start making a habit of writing into my this tracking sheet what it is that I want to eat, and whether I ate that or not. Okay, so I need to check off at the end of the day. Oop, I ate that. I ate more lean meat today, or I ate more vegetables today than I have been. And you track your results from that also. Okay, again, I want to go in more detail about this, but you got to wait for the book to come out, and there'll be some video go along with it, giving you specific directions on how to use this system. But again, here's the most important piece I want you to remember. What you track has an impact. You see, the things that you track in your life will start showing you and revealing to you some data about how you are living, and will reveal to you how those different activities that you're doing are affecting your life. So what you track has an impact. Now I want you to have different things in your life. This is part of the action series. So, all you no doubters out there, again, remember this thing. What you track has an impact. I love you, and I'll talk to you next week. Because remember, you want to live a life of no doubt, just blessings. You're going to have all those things you want in your life, because God wants you to have them if only you believe. I love you.